followed by a valedictory session after the talk. It gives me an immense pleasure to announce here that our guest of today's session, Professor Dr. Kamla Pathak ma'am, who is a great researcher, a great motivator, and is a great speaker, is here to share her knowledge and ideas with all of us on the theme of EFDP. It's an opportunity for me to introduce her with all of you. Professor Kamla Pathak ma'am is currently working as a Dean and Professor, Faculty of Pharmacy, Uttar Pradesh University of Medical Sciences, Etawah. She is a member of various professional bodies and actively engaged in research on oral controlled, modulated, targeted, and topical drug delivery systems. Ma'am has over 270 publications in journals of international and national repute, 3 patents, 3 books, 16 book chapters, international books, and more than 180 abstracts of the papers presented in various scientific forums are to her credit. Ma'am is acting as reviewer of national and international journals of repute in the field of pharmaceutics. She has served as member editorial advisory board of APPS PharmSciTech. Ma'am has been awarded with Dr. R.L. Nikor Award 2012 for Best Research Paper in Pharmaceutics, Morton Davey Dandia Prize for Best Research Publications in Pharmacy 2012 and 13, Eminent Teacher Award 2012, Nirali's Inspiring Pharma Personality Award 2019, and Research Excellence Awards for 2019. She has participated in various national and international seminars, conferences in the various capacities of organizer, invited speaker, and chairperson of scientific sessions. I am really very excited to announce here that recently she has been enlisted in the top 2% Indian scientists in the subsection Pharmacology and Pharmacy in a list released by Stanford University. Ma'am, we are proud of you. She is an energetic and dynamic personality and truly a source of inspiration for all of us. Now, not wasting much time, I would like to invite our director, Professor Yoginder Singh sir, to welcome our resource person of the day, Professor Kamla Pathak ma'am, and our dear participants. Please, sir.
So mic unmute कर
Sir,
लीजिए
please
please.
unmute yourself.
Uh, Good afternoon, all. On the occasion of day 6 of FDP, good afternoon, respected Kamla Pathak Madam. Just he received our invitation and say yes, I will do. Thank you, Madam. You are here with us. Today is the day 6 and the last day of our 1 week long online FDP. This idea just came to our mind by discussing with our faculty members. So we thought we will do it, and initially we were not having any idea how to do, but slowly ideas came in mind, and we have done a beautiful FDP. And today is the last session. I think the last सेशन कहते हैं कि अंत भला तो सब भला, तो अंत तो डेफिनेट है, कमला पाठक मैडम है, तो द एंड विल बी ए ब्यूटीफुल एंड and this will be a remarkable for us. So please join us with this Bellatrix session at 3:45 also. So I request all of you be here till the Bellatrix session, and again I welcome you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. All participants are required to put their questions in WhatsApp group. Those will be raised in the questionnaire session with your name, affiliation, as well as designation. Thank you, all participants. Now, I would like to request our eminent speaker, Professor Kamla Pathak ma'am, to enlighten us with her words of knowledge. The topic of her talk is education, objectives, and learning outcomes. What has changed in COVID-19? Over to you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much for the wonderful introduction and the warm welcome by Dr. Yogendra Singh and Dr. Mona Viplani, right? And I'm so glad to be on this platform, and I'm heartily thankful to all the stakeholders of Agrasen University for giving me this opportunity to be a part of the program. So first, let me share the PPT, and I must tell you, we are having a thunderstorm, so I hope everything goes well. Okay, can you see my PPT?
Yeah, it's clear, madam.
Now is it visible?
Yeah, it's visible.
Okay. So my topic would be the education objectives and the learning outcomes. I know the theme is the ICT hybrid mode of learning, but a lot has been talked about these. So I'll focus on why do we want to have these modes? So there has to be some objective behind this. So I'll talk about those objective and outcomes and how the COVID-19 through hybrid blended mode of education has changed the outcome, or it is still the same. So before I start, I have to introduce certain basics like the objective. So objective means the statements that define the goal. So I have a figure also where you have a goal. So in education, what is the goal? We have to understand that. So I'm defining objective in terms of educational activity. Then comes the learning objectives. They can be used to structure the content of an educational activity. And what is the outcome? It is a written statement that reflects what learner will be able to do as a result of participating in the educational activity. So here I am talking about the student who is going to learn from that educational activity. So we have two terms, learning goals and learning objectives. They define what an instructor or a program like a BPharm program or the institution. So that is the objective. एक teacher क्या चाहता है, एक program क्या चाहता है और एक institute क्या चाहता है. Those are the objectives. And the learning outcomes describe in observable and measurable terms what a student is able to do as a result of completing a learning experience. तो student project की वजह से, unit teaching की वजह से या course की वजह से वो क्या सीख रहा है, what he is taking. So that can be measured also. So that is the learning outcome. So now we have three different topics: learning objectives, learning goals, learning outcomes, and they are used often interchangeably. And all of them are related to teaching and learning that is expected to take place in a classroom. Now, what is the difference? It lies in the emphasis on who will be performing the activity. तो ये तीनों टर्म्स आपस में इंटरचेंज हो जाते हैं, बट सिर्फ डिफरेंस ये है कि कौन इसको यूज कर रहा है. For example, the learning goals and objectives, they generally describe what an instructor, program or institution aims to do, that I have described. For example, the curriculum will introduce students to the major research methods of a discipline. तो ये एक example है कि जो research methodology अगर हम सिखा रहे हैं तो उसका purpose क्या है? What is the purpose of teaching research methods to the student? Experience. Learning objectives क्या होता क्या है, मतलब क्या है objectives का? Tend to be more specific than learning goals. तो learning goals और learning अगर हम बात करेंगे, they are broad, learning objectives are specific, but they can be useful in helping formulate more specific learning outcomes. And these are the two learning objectives, learning objective 1 and 2.
Madam,
So one
PowerPoint
says,
change नहीं हो रहा, I think.
what is the objective? We will.
Madam, PowerPoint change नहीं हो रही slide.
अब
नहीं change हुई मैडम.
see the slide?
No.
Change हुई अब?
No. Now change. Yes.
So I'll use this mode only, right?
Yeah.
So learning objectives, ठीक है? Is it okay?
Yeah, is it okay now?
Okay. So learning objectives may, I have divided boxes 1, 2, where we will cover one learning objective is we will cover the historical perspectives and debates about the role of education in 20th century. Now this learning objective has been written in terms of what to teach. क्या पढ़ाना क्या चाह रहे हैं हम? We want to teach about the historical perspective and debates. So what to affect the role of mass communication? The second learning objective is students will understand the impacts and effects of a new media on entity formation. This objective has been written in terms of what the students are expected to learn. तो ये पहला वाला ऑब्जेक्टिव जो है ये इंस्ट्रक्टर के ओरिएंटेशन में लिखा गया है कि वो क्या पढ़ाना चाहता है. He wants to teach the impact of history on the mass communication. Whereas the second box is telling what the student is expected to learn from the new media. Now, learning outcomes, they are always written in terms of learner. उसमें कोई deviation नहीं होगा. It can never be written in terms of instructor. Learning outcomes are always written with a focus on the learner, and the learner will demonstrate the achievement, which makes it easier to assess students' learning. So when we compare goals, objectives, and outcomes, the goals are wider, objectives are more specific, and outcomes become more specific. So as we go towards the outcome, it becomes more and more specific. I go back somewhere back into the Gurukulam era. So Gurukul era was an era where it was where spiritual education was imparted in ancient India, with the Shishya living near or with the spiritual guru in the same house. This is very important. And this Shishya tradition is a sacred one in Hinduism, and it appears also in Jainism, Buddhism, and Sikhism. So what are the features of Gurukulam? The student from the guru, they help the guru to inculcate self-discipline among the students. Typically, a guru will not receive any fees from the student, but at the end of education, the Shishya offers Guru Dakshina before leaving the Gurukul. Now, in this process of education, the students would always be away from their home for a period of months or years together. ठीक है, बीच-बीच में घर नहीं जाएंगे वो, and disconnected from their family completely. So what was this system? What is the outcome of this system? It was a system where we had self-discipline in addition to learning, right? So this was the outcome. Now, outcome was also to produce prince and kings, because in ancient Indian students, especially the royal boys, got a very high quality of education, and we can find a mention in Mahabharata also, or in various literature you can find, and many of you are aware of that it was the prince who used to come to the Gurukulam for learning, and the normal person was not allowed for the education. And everybody knows the story of the person who had to give his thumb in terms of the Guru Dakshina, because the teacher Dronacharya did not want to teach that person. He was not a prince. So that kind of system was set up. The outcome was only to prepare kings. That was so. In Gurukulam, the guru was the brand, but this system of Gurukul gradually declined in the colonial era. That is, when Britishers came into India, this system declined, and we emerged into a modern Gurukul system since 1886. And now gradually that system has evolved, and we have institutions which have become brand, like we have IITs, IIMs, NLU, and NIPERS. So what is the change? The change is, when earlier the guru was the brand, now institutions have become the brand. People want to go into these institutions. And what are these institutions actually doing? What is the outcome of these institutions? The objective is to prepare skilled professionals. And the outcome is, because the student enters at a particular age, the age is fixed where the student will enter these institutes. So the outcome is, we have educated and trained personnel during the course. That is the main purpose, education and training. They must be employable. They can be able to pursue higher studies. They should be able to serve specific needs of the society. Like an IITian will go into some place where he can fit into. Like similarly, management people will go into a managerial position. So that is the kind of brand or the outcome we are developing. And it is more of a super specialty kind of a situation. See, a managerial person will not go into an engineering section, right? Similarly, a pharmacy person will not go into a engineering field. So that is the kind of situation we have developed. So outcome is, we are getting very trained, highly skilled professionals. And why we are getting this? Because we have a clear learning goal, we have a learning objective, and the learning outcome. And all of these move in hand. These are the three wheels which are moving hand in hand, and the goals are broader, the objectives are written as tasks, and the learning outcomes, they connect the identified practice gap with the related educational need. So how do I explain in pharmacy? Okay, we are all from pharmacy profession, and now I want to give you some examples so that you can understand what is the meaning of learning objective and the learning outcome. For example, if there's a question called list 5 side effects of antihypertensive agents. So what is the outcome? We want to demonstrate the knowledge of evidence-based treatment for hypertensive patient. We want to understand that we want to make the student understand that when you learn these, you'll be able to generate the idea of hypertensive agents, and that too evidence-based, because you know the side effects in addition to the main effect. Again, second question can be list 5 types of tablet binders. So the outcome is to study the impact of binders on tablet strength. Next objective can be discuss risk associated with untreated hypertension. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to identify the required actions to manage patients in case of hypertensive crisis by analyzing a case study. Likewise, the objective can be effect of disintegrant concentration in a tablet. So we want to study the impact on dissolution and drug release. That is the outcome. State the normal range of blood pressure. Now this question can also be an objective. Outcome is we want to have an evidence based protocol. अगर आपको पता है कि कितना normal range होता है, तभी बता पाएंगे कि वो hypertensive है या hypotensive. Similarly, we have hardness of tablet. That is also very important. Again, we want to develop an evidence-based protocol. One should know what should be the normal hardness of a tablet. So these are certain learning objectives, and I have demonstrated the outcomes. So when a teacher is teaching in the class, whatever question you put to the students, you should be very careful what you are expecting from the student. That is the outcome. Now, when we talk of learning outcomes, there can be various scales of learning outcomes. Scales means the learning outcome can be for a program, it can be for a single class activity, or it can be at the university level. The meaning is that outcome जो है हर एक level पे define करना. Whether a university is running, then also you have to define the university के aim क्या है, उसका objective क्या है, and what it is trying to produce. Likewise, when we are developing a program like B-Pharmacy course, so what is the course intending for? What is the outcome of the course? That should be clearly defined. Likewise, even if a teacher is taking a single class, then also, even if it's taking a theory or a practical, then also the teacher should be able to clearly define the outcome to the student. It is not just doing the practical. You should explain why the practical is being done, what will be its application. So I university, and many of you, whether you have visited the site or not, but I have identified the objectives and the outcomes of your university. So I collected this from our university site. It says the endeavor of the sponsor of Maharaja Agrawal University is to contribute society by establishing a center of knowledge. So this is the object. Right? This is one of the objectives. We want to emerge as a center of knowledge which fosters equality and MATES is a charitable non-profit organization dedicated to the society, and it envisions itself as an emerging center of excellence. So this is also one of the outcomes. They want this to happen. And outcome oriented to prepare the students to be lifelong learners and groom them as professional leaders with strong analytical leadership skills. So this is what they want. They want to develop professional leaders with strong analytical leadership skills, and above all, good human beings with civility, humility, integrity, and excellence, so as to be successful and contented in the present competitive world. So all these things, they are defining the outcome. The mission is to prepare the students, and this is what they want from the students. Likewise, there was a School of Management also, that also defined the objective, and the objective was not very clearly defined, but of course I could find out the outcome that they want to make every effort to shape the future of the students. But I was really disappointed because the pharmacy objective and the outcome was not written there, and I would request the university authorities to please give us space to pharmacy objectives and outcomes. Dr. Yugend, please take care of this.
No, actually, madam, it's
Right?
the unit changing that. We are doing on it.
Okay, right. Right. Very good. I put my observation forward. Okay. Now, similarly, I would like to talk about the PCI syllabus also. If you have seen the PCI syllabus, the PCI syllabus also defines it as you have seen as a syllabus, but actually it has various aspects. It also defines the objectives. See, you can see if I have given a sample of BP 101, human anatomy and physiology. The scope of the subject has been given and the objectives have been clearly defined. That is, upon completion of this course, the student should be able to explain the gross morphology, structure, functions of various organs of the human body. It should be able to describe the various hemostatic mechanisms and their imbalances, identify various tissues and organs of different systems of human body, and perform various experiments related to special senses and nervous system, appreciate coordinated working pattern of different organs. So these are the objectives. And how will you get to know whether the objectives have been completed successfully? For that, you take examinations. Examinations means you are giving marks to the student. That is quantifiable. That is observable. So you can quantify the outcome. When you're conducting examinations and evaluating the answer sheets, that time you are actually measuring the outcome. So learning outcomes can be at, so I described the learning outcomes at university level, the course level, and even the syllabus level, right? PCI syllabus. Now, apart from this, it can be in a more granular form. We can have modules, unit or week. तो मॉड्यूल लेवल पे भी आप आउटकम डिसाइड कर सकते हैं, यूनिट पे भी और वीक लेवल पे भी. So learning outcomes can operate at more granular structure scale at an individual course. So what happens is, for this typically the instructors need to divide the courses into smaller units. तो देखा होगा आपने PCI syllabus जो है units में divided है और modules, and they can establish learning outcomes for these smaller units that map onto larger course level outcome. मतलब ये कि आप सेशनल एग्जाम लेते हैं, सेशनल एग्जाम का आउटकम होता है, एंड सेमेस्टर एग्जामिनेशन का आउटकम होता है, उसको एड अप करते हैं एंड देन यू गेट द फाइनल रिजल्ट. सो यू गेट अ कोर्स लेवल आउटकम बाय स्मॉल यूनिट आउटकम्स. So as the level of analysis becomes smaller, जितना smaller level of analysis होगा, like from course to module to assignment, the learning outcomes will be more specific. That is why they tend to be more specific. जितना छोटा करेंगे, सेशनल अगर नहीं लेंगे आप तो आउटकम उतना अच्छा नहीं आएगा. So there is a need for sessional. The sessional is actually measuring the learning outcome. So more specific and more quantifiable. So we move on from sessionals to end semester examination and then to the final mark sheet. So learning outcomes, they can move from degree level outcomes to program level outcomes, course outcomes, and lesson outcome. Now, what is lesson outcome? I told you there can be various granular forms. So I have given an example of my book. I'm not promoting my book. I've written a book on biopharm and pharmacokinetics, and I have selected one topic, multi-compartment modeling. So in this book, I have given the objectives of the chapter also. So when you give the lesson outcome is also defined, the objective is defined, then actually you can assess the outcome. And for assessing the outcome, I have given the questions also. So each lesson can also have learning objective and correspondingly the learning outcomes. And it is necessary to write the learning outcomes. Why? Because you want to identify the desired results of learning experience. So learning outcomes are also valuable to the instructors as well as to the students. For instructors, they help them to describe to students what is expected of them. They plan appropriate teaching strategies, materials and assessment. आप उनको assignments दे सकते हैं, projects दे सकते हैं या test ले सकते हैं. Then the instructors learn from and make changes to curriculum to improve student learning, and they assess how the outcomes of a single course align with larger outcomes of the entire program. तो sessional के बाद end semester और उसके बाद पूरा program result. And learning outcome helps students anticipate what they will gain from an educational experience. Track their progress. Students come to know where they stand, and in advance they'll know they are to be assessed. पहले से बताना पड़ेगा कि आपके सेशनल्स होंगे, 2 सेशनल्स होंगे, फाइनल एंड सेमेस्टर एग्जाम, ये आपको पहले से ही बताना पड़ेगा स्टूडेंट्स को. So learning outcomes means we are actually measuring the skills or of the students, and this is merged with the competency, and this results in the student learning outcome. Now, clearly written course level and module level outcomes are the foundation upon which the effective courses are designed. तो मॉड्यूल की आउटकम अगर आप डिफाइन कर लेंगे तो कोर्स का आउटकम इजीली डिफाइन हो जाएगा. Now, these concepts were designed or evolved when everything was normal, and normal means we never entered into the COVID-19 era. It is an era kind of a situation. So after COVID-19 pandemic, are the learning goals, objectives, and the outcomes still same? That is the question. Whatever I have told, is it still the same? Are we still working on the same basis? The result is no. The education modality has changed. It has been redefined or confined. Confined ho gayi hai. We cannot do certain things. We cannot conduct practicals. Actually, the students are not conducting practicals. So there is confinement and redefinition. So suddenly COVID-19 has changed all the rules. And what is the change in the rules? See, I read this quote somewhere. Teaching is an art of transferring knowledge from one generation to another. Everybody knows this. And this quote says 21st century kids are being taught by 20th century adults with the tools of 19th century and the curriculum of 18th century. So this was before, this quote is valid before COVID-19, right? Now in COVID-19 times, what has happened? The 21st century kids are being taught by 20th century adults. But what has changed? The tools of 21st century. Now we are using the tools of 21st century. We are using platforms, various online platforms to teach the student. So this has changed in COVID-19. And the curriculum is still questionable. Are we still in the 18th century curriculum? But thankfully, PCI is actually updating many. It is taking efforts to change the curriculum, and we have new diploma course also and new BPharm syllabus also. But basically, what COVID-19 has done, it has changed the rules, because the teachers are now downloading the apps to teach students, and teachers sending video lessons or Zoom calls to the students. And this actually reflects the commitment of the teachers to teach, the creativity they want to do in order to actually affect the student learning process. And this is a very normal scene which we observe. And right now also I am connected to you because of this new rule. Now, there are various platforms which exist to enable online education in India, and they are supported by the Ministry of Human Resource Development, MHRD, NCERT, and Department of Technical Education. So there are two types of courses: SWAYAM courses, which are online courses for teachers, and the NEET, which is meant to enhance the employability. Now, on this mode, at this point, I would also like to tell you about EPG Pathshala. Now, this is a UGC platform for pharmacy study material. I don't know how many of you are aware of it, but actually it exists, where you can visit this site, and from this site you can identify. You can first raise the subject you want to learn, and then go for the specific topic. And I've also contributed to this UGE Pathshala program, and it is actually working. So I recommend all of you, those who want to learn, they can go for it. Apart from this, there are other online platforms also to increase connectivity with institution. So it is not that you should be confined to one institution. You can be connected to other institutions also, and there you can utilize their course materials and classes for running online modules. So for this we have NPTEL, NKN, there is National Knowledge Network, National Academic Depository. All these are the online platforms which you can connect from anywhere. So basically, what is the purpose of online education for teachers? It has advantages like it allows innovative methods of teaching with the help of technology and online tools. It allows reaching out to a large number of students across geographies, and especially useful for distant learning. The disadvantages: it takes time and practice, little consensus on how the student can be evaluated. We don't have a foolproof examination system. Then we have inability to have a face-to-face connect with students and facilitate free conversation and discussion. And there is inability to reach all the students because of technological innovations. So we cannot actually reach all the students. So basically, I have used this term rockstar teacher. Now, each teacher is a rockstar teacher because he's trying hard to use those tools which he was never aware of. And for this purpose, I would like to mention Dr. Anwar Sheikh of Alana College of Pharmacy, Pune. He has been developing mobile apps for organic chemistry, pharma carrier mobile app, which has free on Play Store also, and there are 40,000 installs. EasyChem, ChemTunes, which has animated videos. Now, this teacher has been doing the hybrid mode of learning before COVID-19 also. And now we are actually trying or struggling hard to cope up with the situation. But he was a person, and I call him as a rockstar teacher. And I emphasize that each teacher now has to be a rockstar teacher. What is the online education doing to the students? The advantage is it gives an ability to learn using different online tools and methods. There is no disruption in learning because of pandemic. The student can listen to recorded and live conversation at own working speed. The disadvantages for the students of online education is there is lack of free-flowing conversation, debates and discussions. There are technological difficulties because internet connectivity is not very good in India. Some people do not have actual good mobiles to do that. And then students are getting used to learning and being evaluated online. Again, this is a very difficult situation. And they are studying in home where there are so many family distractions. So these are the disadvantages associated with online education for students. So which means that we have entered into a virtual education. We are working through virtual reality. That is, we are creating an artificial environment which is experienced through sensory stimuli such as sights and sounds provided by a computer, and in which one's action partially determine what happens in the environment. तो वो warmth जो टीचर और स्टूडेंट के बीच में क्लासरूम में होती है वो तो नहीं है, but we are trying with the virtual reality. We are using the sight and sound experience to deliver the education. And this is not new in pharmacy. VR technology has been in pharmacy for many years, and I'll give you certain examples to prove my sentence. See, we have been using drug receptor interactions in 3D as opposed to the traditional lecture in 2D graphics. We have been using softwares for this. There are many softwares, CAD hai aur bahut sare aur softwares hain. Then we have drug designing also, where we can use protein ligand binding to evaluate the virtual reality at molecular level. Then we can explore virtual community pharmacy also. For pharmacy patient education to increase the patient knowledge about their health and medication. That can also be done by virtual reality. And there are difficult concepts can be made easier through virtual reality. That is, we can actually see the journey of a drug through human body to learn about pharmacokinetics. So all these things were being done in pharmacy for years together, but we never talked about them in terms of education. We were just using it as an additional tool. So in addition to this, we can also accomplish learning through gamification. There are certain topics which are very tedious for the students to learn. So virtual reality can add an element of fun through interactivity or even gamification. We can introduce certain games. For example, memorizing the brand and generic names of the drugs. This can be developed into a game. Now here is where the teacher's creativity comes into action. The teacher can create a game to actually make the students learn brand and generic names. So there are various options, and I'm talking everything positive कि ये कर सकते हैं वो कर सकते हैं, but actually online education is a complex endeavor because we require smartphones, laptops, but we are facing poor connectivity and not all the teachers are tech savvy. So basically what has happened is onlineification of face-to-face lecture, and it has not resulted in positive experiences for academicians or students. It has not really resulted in positive experience. So can we say that there is an outcome failure? Now, I would like to share my experience. I taught biopharm and pharmacokinetics online. Biopharm was okay, I could teach that because it was theoretical. But when it came to pharmacokinetics, where there were so many mathematical expressions, derivations to be taught, graphs to be made, I couldn't do that properly. And according to me, the students will graduate with poor or no knowledge of the content. And it is not only with the pharmacokinetics. It might have happened to other subjects also. Second problem is the examinations have got diluted. We are actually going to easy mode of examination evaluation. So according to me, the outcome is questionable. But I expect this will soon come to an end. And my take-home message is the future is assortment of social media and online platforms. We have once entered into this era of online platforms, it will tend to continue. We will continue with the hybrid blended mode. And till then, live in the new reality, continue with the online platforms and try to learn as much as possible. Try to improve the outcomes and be a good learner. Thank you so much for the patient hearing.
Mona ma'am, are you there?
Hello.
Hello. Mona ma'am. Just a minute. I think she is having internet issue, madam. Actually.
No problem. No problem. It happens. आप कॉल कर लीजिए उनको.
हाँ, I do that. Rishu, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you may continue that. Okay, Miss
Okay.
Pankaj will do that.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am, for your nice presentation.
Welcome.
Am I audible?
Yeah, audible.
Yes.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your nice presentation. And the way you delivered the presentation was very energetic and in very concise words. Now, it's the time for starting the questionnaire session. For questionnaire session, I would like to invite Mr. Navjot Singh, sir. Sir, please, you can join. Navjot, sir.
Navjot, did you collect questions? Did you collect all questions?
Yes, sir, I have collected. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, am I audible?
Yeah, audible.
Thank you, ma'am. We are feeling so grateful after listening so knowledgeable and informative session. Thank you very much, ma'am. And there are some queries of candidates regarding the education objectives and learning outcomes during COVID-19 period. So, if you allow, can I ask you a question?
मैडम ये अनशेयर करना पड़ेगा.
Okay.
Stop share.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am, can I ask question?
Yes,
sure.
Ma'am, the very first question is teaching learning plan is important both in offline and online mode?
Yes. Planning is always important. For any endeavor, planning is important. So the teacher should not bother about the online offline mode. He or she should be bothered only to deliver effectively and clear objectives in the mind. What are the outcomes which are expected? So it is actually the teacher's responsibility, or it is an autonomous situation for the teacher. He should not be focused on the type of platform which is being used. Online है, offline है, teaching तो teaching है. ठीक है? So planning is extremely important. Whether you do teaching or you do any other work, I think planning is very important. The student should be informed
Next
beforehand.
question is, how challenging is evaluation of students after online teaching?
Very challenging. And because of because there are many softwares, I know there are many softwares which can prevent cheating also. That is one of the common problem in online evaluation, that cheating is how to stop cheating. And I've heard there are certain programs or there are certain softwares which can actually hinder that. But I don't believe that online evaluation can actually be that effective as offline evaluation. Because I mean, there is a element of sensitivity also involved. When you're evaluating offline, there is an element of sensitivity also involved by the teacher. And fair evaluation means it has to be through offline mode. I actually don't believe in online evaluation, and it is like we are just adjusting to the new pandemic. That is all. It is more or less of adjustment, because neither the student is learning properly and not we can evaluate them properly. We are just trying to manage the situation until we return to the normal situation. So I don't actually believe that evaluation is actually happening.
Ma'am, next question is what kind of training would you need to improve your technical capability in response of online learning? Means he wants to ask what kind of technical training I should take, which enhances my teaching capability online by online mode. This is what he
Actually, I
wants to
couldn't
ask.
hear your question properly. Can you repeat
Ma'am,
it?
yes, ma'am, I'm repeating. What kind of training would you need to improve your technical capability?
Okay. Actually, if I can talk about myself, I learned it on my own. Nobody taught me, and I think everybody of you is trying to learn, and especially we are trying to learn from our kids. जो हमारे घर में बच्चे हैं या जो हमसे यंगस्टर्स हैं, जो यंगर जनरेशन है, उन्हीं से हम सीख रहे हैं. We are trying to learn from them. There is no actually workshop being conducted for the teachers कि आप इसमें training ले लीजिए, how to use this platform, how to do this. We are struggling, and all of us have learned on our own. So we are very good learners. All of us, we are sitting over joining here. They are good learners because we have learned on our own. एंड जो वो कोट मैंने आपको बताया ना कि वो 19th सेंचुरी के टूल्स नहीं, अब हम 21st सेंचुरी के टूल्स में आ गए हैं और हम लर्न कर रहे हैं. यही चेंज हुआ है, एंड नोबडी हैज टॉट अस. So it was a very tedious and hard working learning process. I think Dr. Yogendra will agree to me. Every teacher has learned, and trying to learn each day to cope up with the new situation.
Okay. Ma'am, next question is, do you think that e-learning has provided more educational opportunities?
Yes, it has provided more educational opportunities. I can justify this by 2-3 points. First thing is, we can have a larger audience, larger connectivity, wide network है. आप जैसे मैंने बताया आपको नेशनल डिपॉजिटरीज हैं, नेशनल एकेडमिक डिपॉजिटरीज हैं, यू कैन कनेक्ट देम. ज़रूरी नहीं है कि आप अपने टीचर से ही लर्न करें, right? It is not necessary that you learn from your own teacher. You can use these online platforms. EPG Pathshala hai, तो that is definitely widened the resource material for education learning, right? So that is one thing. And second option, जो most important है कि देखिए क्या होता है कि जब हम क्लासरूम में पढ़ा रहे होते हैं या हम किसी स्टूडेंट से अनॉयड हो जाते हैं, तो वी डोंट टेक केयर कि हम उस स्टूडेंट को जब डांट रहे हैं तो हम उसके फ्रेंड्स के सामने डांट रहे हैं, और उसका कहीं ना कहीं वो डिस्करेज हो जाता है. ठीक है, लेकिन ऑनलाइन लर्निंग में उसके पास ये प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. ये प्रॉब्लम उसके साथ नहीं है कि वो उसको अपने पीयर्स के सामने या पीयर्स के सामने उसको डांट पड़ेगी. he can the problem is कि he may be a slow learner, तो वो अपनी स्पीड से लर्न कर सकता है. He can use YouTube lectures, he can use the recorded lectures to learn at his own speed, at his own time. अगर उसको वो टाइम सूट नहीं कर रहा है तो वो दूसरे टाइम पे लर्न कर सकता है. So all these changes, the adjustments that can be made has made actually education more amenable. उसके डोर स्टेप पे आ गया है एजुकेशन, जो स्टूडेंट के डोर स्टेप पे है एजुकेशन. जस्ट एक क्लिक करना है, एक सिर्फ फिंगर्स यूज करनी है और क्लिक करना है, एंड यू कैन रीच द टीचिंग मटेरियल, और अपने कन्वीनियंट टाइम पे है. नो प्रेशर, पीयर प्रेशर नहीं है, कुछ भी नहीं है. तो दैट वे द लर्निंग हैज बिकम ईजियर only if the student has all the technical tools he require. उसके पास मोबाइल अच्छा है, उसके पास लैपटॉप है और उसके पास अच्छी इंटरनेट कनेक्टिविटी है, then तो it is a wonderful learning tool. But otherwise in India there are larger issues, like many of the students are from rural background. उनके पास इंटरनेट एक्सेस नहीं है, they don't have so many smartphones at home. तो वो एक प्रॉब्लम है. बट अदरवाइज इफ द स्टूडेंट इज वेल इक्विप्ड, बहुत अच्छा मीडिया है ये लर्निंग के लिए, इफ द टीचर इज आल्सो हेल्पिंग बोथ वेज.
Okay. Ma'am, next question is, on what scale we can measure the effectiveness of our classes through online mode?
या दिस इज क्वेश्चनेबल. ये तो मैंने भी खुद क्वेश्चन डाला है कि आउटकम्स जो है क्वेश्चनेबल हैं. I myself am not satisfied with the outcome because I think I could have done more justice while face-to-face lectures. तो evaluation, जब हम delivery ठीक नहीं कर रहे हैं तो evaluation कैसे ठीक करेंगे? My question is, if we are not delivering properly, then how will we evaluate properly? So I don't think, I am not aware of any particular evaluation mode which can actually evaluate the students if they have not been given the right thing. आप लोग भी एग्री कर रहे होंगे कि आपके घर में भी बच्चे होंगे कि जिनको एक्चुअली वो चीज़ नहीं मिल पा रही है जो आप भी एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं कि आपके स्टूडेंट को, आपके बच्चे को उतनी एजुकेशन मिले. So when we are not delivering properly, we don't have the right proper evaluation tools, and it's not justice. It's injustice to education.
Okay, ma'am.
It's a very harsh word. It's a very harsh word, but I'm using it.
Yeah, this is a time for harsh word only. If you are
Pardon?
not putting, if you are not giving any harsh word, how will we learn?
Yes.
That they are all our
Yes.
junior, and we are not using, then it is not possible that we can learn it.
Yes, yes, yes. It's
Ma'am,
difficult time.
मैम नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन ऐसा है जो हर सेशन में पूछा जा रहा है. कैन देयर बी एनी सॉफ्टवेयर विद रियलिस्टिक डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन ऑफ फार्मेसी प्रैक्टिकल्स?
यस, एक तो मुझे फार्माकोलॉजी का तो पता है क्योंकि पीसीआई ने एनिमल यूज करने के लिए मना कर दिया था, तो देयर इज एक्सफार्म सॉफ्टवेयर. ठीक है, तो फार्माकोलॉजी तो पहले ही आगे चल रही थी, इट वाज अहेड ऑफ टाइम्स. बट यस, वी हैव टू डेवलप दो सॉफ्टवेयर्स. और मैंने कुछ एग्जांपल्स दिए थे जिनको हम सॉफ्टवेयर्स को यूज कर रहे थे, जैसे केमिस्ट्री में स्कैड है. देयर आर मेनी सॉफ्टवेयर्स वी कैन अंडरस्टैंड. फार्माकोकाइनेटिक्स के भी सॉफ्टवेयर हैं, बट वो सब ब्रोकन है. they are broken, you know, they are only dealing with a particular एक मॉड्यूल को डिस्कस कर रहे हैं. we don't have the software for all the practicals. सिर्फ फार्माकोलॉजी के अलावा मुझे कहीं दिखा नहीं है.
मैडम थोड़ा एक आप लोगों से रिक्वेस्ट है, आप सीनियर लोगों से सभी से, कि यू इंसिस्ट बीसीआई की इस रिलेटेड थोड़ा वो कोशिश करे कि जितने भी प्रैक्टिकल्स हैं तो थोड़ा उनको वर्चुअल मोड पर ले जाके कुछ इस तरह के सॉफ्टवेयर डेवलप करे जो फ्री सॉफ्टवेयर है, जिससे कि आदमी जो बाकी के फैकल्टी हैं वो नॉर्मली यूज कर सके. क्योंकि अभी जितने भी हैं दे आर सोफिस्टिकेटेड, एंड एज ए फार्मासिस्ट वी आर नॉट एज यूजुअल विद देम. क्योंकि बिल्कुल ही या तो उनको कंप्यूटर बिल्कुल माइंड आदमी चाहिए. अब हमारे इतनी एजुकेशन है नहीं, वी आर नॉट दिस मच एजुकेटेड इन कंप्यूटर. तो थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम आ रही है अभी, क्योंकि एनी हाउ थोड़ा क्लास लेना और ये सारा कुछ हम लोग सीख गए हैं ड्यू टू पैंडेमिक. बट इसमें प्रॉब्लम है कि प्रैक्टिकल से बच्चों को कैसे कराएं. कि अभी हमारे पास सबसे बड़ा क्या रहता है कि यूट्यूब से डाउनलोड कर लिया, वो कर लिया और हमने बच्चों को प्रोवाइड करा दिया. बट इफ वी कैन डू समथिंग देन इट विल बी बेटर फॉर अस.
एक्चुअली ये कोविड-19 ने सारी इक्वेशन ही बदल दी है.
ये तो
वी आर नाउ थिंकिंग ऑफ दिस थिंग्स. पहले हमने कभी सोचा ही नहीं, क्योंकि हम उस दुनिया में नहीं थे. अब हम नई दुनिया में आ गए हैं, न्यू नॉर्मल में आ गए हैं, तो वी आर थिंकिंग दीज आर द नीड्स. और मतलब आई मीन द यंगर जनरेशन, यू नो, जैसे डॉक्टर अनवर शेख है, वो खुद से ही कर रहे हैं वो जो मैंने आपको बताया.
राइट
वो अपने आप ही कंप्यूटर्स और वो सब बनाते हैं. तो मेरे ख्याल से हमारी यंगर जनरेशन जो है वो एक्चुअली कुछ कर सकती है. दे आर मोर कन्वर्सेंट विद कंप्यूटर्स. मेनी आईटी पर्सन्स वो आईटी पर्सन के साथ जोड़ के कुछ ऐसे सॉफ्टवेयर बनाए, क्योंकि इसमें इंटीग्रेशन तो करना पड़ेगा. आईटी वाले को और फार्मेसी वाले को मिलके ही कोई सॉफ्टवेयर बनाना पड़ेगा. तो मेरी तो, बल्कि आप मेरे से कह रहे हैं, मैं तो यंगर जनरेशन से रिक्वेस्ट करती हूँ कि they should come forward, they should think.
I'm asking you to just insist PCI that they can make a common platform to do this.
Yes, we can write a letter to PCI. We can write a letter, we can put a mail. Everybody, जब 100 लोग मेल डालेंगे तो definitely change आएगा ना. We have to start the initiative. Everybody should start. हाँ, हम लोग इनिशिएटिव लेंगे तो डेफिनेटली हम ही चेंज करेंगे ना. कोई बाहर से तो आएगा नहीं चेंज करने के लिए.
बाहर से तो कोई, that's why
हमें खुद ही चेंज करना पड़ेगा. वी हैव टू डू इट. तो एटलीस्ट वी कैन राइट अ लेटर टू द पीसीआई कि वी आर इन नीड ऑफ दिस काइंड ऑफ सॉफ्टवेयर. एंड वो देखते हैं, वो भी हो सकता है कुछ एफर्ट करें उसको डेवलप करने के लिए, है ना. करेंगे जरूर. वी स्टार्टेड.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. It's over. All questions are answered. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for your knowledgeable and informative session. Over to Mona, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Mona ma'am, your unmute your mic. Mona ma'am, unmute. Your voice is not coming. Are you hearing? Your voice is not coming, Mona ma'am. see. Some network issue, I think.
Hello.
Now it's audible. Okay.
It is audible, sir?
Yeah, now audible.
Okay. Sorry to all technical error. Now it's time to conclude the session. Sir, am I audible?
Yeah, audible.
Okay, I would like to invite the organizing secretary, Mr. Pankaj Bhateja, Assistant Professor, Maharaja Agarsen School of Pharmacy, to conclude the session and give vote of thanks to our respected eminent speaker, Professor Kamla Pathak ma'am. Please, Pankaj.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. First of all, good afternoon, ma'am, and good afternoon to all respected and dear participants. I, Pankaj Bhateja, Assistant Professor, Maharaja Agarsen School of Pharmacy. It is an honor to have asked say vote of thanks on the occasion of sixth day of e-faculty development program organized by School of Pharmacy, Maharaja Agarsen University. And next, I wish to say that, ma'am, you choose the very interesting topic, that is education objective and learning. During pandemic, we all know that what are the changes comes in the COVID-19. How well you explain about the different emphases, who is like historical perspective, mass communication, and what students are expecting. Ma'am, I wish to say that how we can change that students are getting more interest to take initiative in online classes, because we see that some some are some students who are going to attend the class, but they are not taking much interest while we are during online class interaction. They didn't reply anything because they unmute themselves. So such kinds of video can be possible in between sessions that have to show to students.
I have to answer this question.
Yeah,
I have to answer this question.
Yeah, I'm just simply asking that any videos are there in between lecture by which student interest can be created, because ma'am, you say very well that what students are expecting, by which he or she can take the in an interesting way to attend the class. Otherwise, what happens? Students join the class, come enter, and after then they unmute their SEM and went to market or whatever their personal work or mobile or whatever. So such video.
Dr. Yogendra, this is the first time I am being asked a question on in vote of thanks, but definitely it's interesting.
Yeah. No, this is the conclude of the session, madam. Yeah, the age concluding of session.
No problem, it's interesting. So I remember this always.
Asawar sir has come. Sir, namaskar.
Sir, namaskar.
So what is the question he has asked is how to generate the students interest in the students in the online class. Yeah. Look, he was Mr. Pankaj, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All the teachers, whether it is anybody, the name I would not like to say. See, interest in the classroom. ये तो आपको ऑनलाइन मोड में पता लग रहा है कि स्टूडेंट नहीं इंटरेस्ट ले रहा है. ऑफलाइन मोड में पता लग जाता है आपको कि स्टूडेंट इंटरेस्ट नहीं ले रहा है.
ऑफलाइन मोड में मैम ऐसा होता है कि फेस इंप्रेशन गिव्स वेरी मच एक्सप्लेनेशन. इट इज फोटो लाइक वी आर टेकिंग द लेक्चर.
Right. So if the student is not ready to learn, there is no method that you can make him learn, right? Yeah. Only thing is the teacher can make effort is to make the lecture more interesting. That is only I can say. Interesting lecture banao, rockstar teacher bano. बी ए रॉकस्टार टीचर और इंटरेस्ट क्रिएट करो, और इंटरेस्ट ऐसा क्रिएट करो कि बच्चे का मन करे वो दौड़ के आए आपकी क्लास में. So whether it is offline or online, interest, the level of interest entirely depends how a teacher creates a classroom. आप ऑनलाइन मोड पे सिर्फ बोलिए मत ना, आप कुछ वीडियोस बनाइए, कुछ एनिमेशंस बनाइए, कुछ गेम्स करवाइए, तो डेफिनेटली बच्चे इंटरेस्ट लेंगे. इट इज एक्चुअली योर ओन क्रिएटिविटी, यू हैव टू डू इट, राइट? और देयर इज नो फॉर्मूला, there is no formula for creating interest in students. It is only and only the prerogative of the teacher, his autonomy, his creativity, that he can actually make the students learn. तो ये स्किल तो टीचर को खुद ही जनरेट करनी पड़ेगी. इसमें ऑनलाइन का या ऑफलाइन का कोई रोल नहीं है. अगर स्टूडेंट को कुछ लग रहा है कि वो क्लास नहीं अटेंड करेगा तो उसका लॉस हो रहा है, तो डेफिनेटली ही विल बी देयर एंड ही विल बी लर्निंग. So it is up to you how you do it. That is my, because we are doing an FDP, so my advice would be to develop yourself. कोई प्रॉब्लम है तो उसको इवॉल्व करने की कोशिश करिए. That is only I can say. We cannot force the student, you know, we cannot force the students, because मैंने एक पॉइंट ये भी बताया था कि जब वो घर में पढ़ता है तो फैमिली डिस्ट्रैक्शंस बहुत होती हैं. मैंने भी जब ऑनलाइन क्लास लेती हूँ तो पता लगता है कि परिवार में पीछे कोई बोल रहा है, दे आर नॉट बॉदर्ड, वो अपना मंत्रोच्चारण शुरू कर देते हैं, पूजा शुरू कर देते हैं. तो उन डिस्ट्रैक्शंस में हम लोग डिस्ट्रैक्ट हो जाते हैं तो बच्चा भी डिस्ट्रैक्ट होगा. बट दीज आर ऑल द पॉजिटिव्स एंड नेगेटिव्स ऑफ द ऑनलाइन एजुकेशन. तो पॉजिटिव है तो नेगेटिव भी है, एंड of course we cannot overcome certain problems. They are to be solved by the teacher themselves or the student themselves. That is my suggestion.
Thank you, ma'am. And hello. And now by School of Pharmacy, on the behalf of Maharaja Agrasen University and entire management, I would like to express my gratitude to our respected guest, Dr. Kamla Pathak ma'am, for sharing his ideas and knowledge with all of us in today's session. I would also like to express my gratitude to Dr. Yogendra Singh, convener of the program and director, School of Pharmacy, Maharaja Agrasen University, and Dr. Mona Piplani ma'am, co-convener of this event, and organizing secretary, Professor Amit Agarwal sir. I am also thankful to all respected and dear teachers for all the attending the EFDP at Maharaja Agrasen University, Baddi. I wish to, on this pandemic, we all know that the online challenges are much going on. Now we hear that third wave is also coming. जैसा कि, so one thing I would like to say that जैसा गीता में श्री कृष्ण जी ने कहा है कि युद्ध के लिए कहा था कि तुम्हारा, ठीक जैसे उन्होंने कहा था कि अब युद्ध नहीं टल सकता, अब ये तुम्हारा कर्म है कि इस युद्ध को करना ही पड़ेगा, इसको आपको, उसी तरह ये आज के टाइम में ऐसा पैंडेमिक आ चुका है कि हमें इसको डटकर सामना करना ही पड़ेगा, क्योंकि हमने सेकेंड वेव ऐसी देख ली है कि उसके बाद अब थर्ड वेव भी आ रही है. तो इसीलिए ये ऑनलाइन लर्निंग के लिए हमें प्रिपेयर होना पड़ेगा और इसके जो भी चैलेंजिंग होंगे वो हमें एक्सपेक्ट करने पड़ेंगे, एक्सेप्ट करने पड़ेंगे, जिससे इसको हम मोर चैलेंजिंग को, मिनिमम ऑब्स्टेकल्स को कम करके उसको एनर्जेटिक बना के उसको, जैसे अभी मैडम आपने बताया था फार्माकोलॉजी के जैसे प्रैक्टिकल डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन आते हैं, उसी तरह के प्रैक्टिकल डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन दे के बच्चों को लर्निंग ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑनलाइन वे के अंदर ऐसा लेके आना पड़ेगा जिससे किसी भी तरह की ऑब्स्टेकल ना आए. जैसे कल के सेशन में जेडी गुप्ता सर ने बताया था कि जो प्रैक्टिकल है, एक ऐसी चीज पॉसिबल कर सकते हैं कि जो प्रैक्टिकल है स्कूल के अंदर, जो लैब है अपनी, जो कॉलेजेस के अंदर, उस लैब के अंदर टीचर एक कैमरा लगा के उस प्रैक्टिकल को खुद पूरा परफॉर्म करके उसकी यूट्यूब पे वीडियो बनाए, उसको शेयर करवाए, जिससे बच्चों के अंदर प्रैक्टिकल का एक जज्बा, जुनून जागेगा, जिससे बच्चे को लगेगा कि नहीं, चलो एक ऑनलाइन मोड के अंदर ही आवर हेल्थ इज फर्स्ट प्रायोरिटी टू बी सेफ. उससे एक ऐसा लगेगा कि हम एक ऐसा एनवायरनमेंट क्रिएट करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि अभी सितंबर के अंदर, जैसा एम्स डायरेक्टर ने भी बताया है, कि थर्ड वेव इज गोइंग टू स्टार्ट आफ्टर 10 वीक्स एंड वी हैव ऑलरेडी फेस सेकंड वेव्स. तो इस तरह का एक, मैं यही कहना चाहूंगा कि हमें एक फार्मेसी प्रोफेशन के अंदर एक ऐसा चैलेंज लेके आना पड़ेगा कि सभी प्रैक्टिकल डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन यूट्यूब पे डालने पड़ेंगे, जिससे बच्चे की लर्निंग ऑब्जेक्टिव उसको अच्छे से समझ आए और जब भी टाइम मिले तो वो यूट्यूब को देख के ही अपना प्रैक्टिकल परफॉर्म कर ले। तो एट लास्ट आई विश अगेन थैंक यू प्रोफेसर कमला पाठक मैम फॉर शेयरिंग योर वैल्यूएबल नॉलेज एंड सजेशन फ्रॉम। थैंक यू मैम।
सर बीसी सर ज्वाइन हो गए। सर कैमरा ऑन कीजिए प्लीज सर।
Thank you, Pankaj. Sir, am I audible now? Sir, unmute yourself, please.
ऑडिबल मोना मैम। बीसी सर कैमरा ऑन करें प्लीज। आशावाद सर भी हैं। आशावाद सर कैमरा ऑन करें आप। सर नमस्कार।
Sir. Welcome, sir.
नमस्कार मैम।
Namaskar.
सर नमस्कार।
Welcome, sir.
नमस्कार सर। नमस्कार। गुड
सर
आफ्टरनून।
लॉकडाउन के बाद आपका लुक चेंज हो गया है।
जी
Very much.
कुछ तो प्रकृति ने दिया है सर। मेरे बड़े ब्रदर अभी एक्सपायर हो गए थे तो
अच्छा।
उस वजह से हाँ कुछ विडम्बना के कारण ऐसा रहा।
बहुत टाइम के बाद देखा सर आपको। नाइस टू
थैंक यू सर। थैंक्स अ लॉट फॉर योर एफर्ट।
हेलो बीसी सर। डन सर डन।
हाँ सर नमस्कार।
नमस्कार जी।
sir.
नमस्कार जी। नमस्कार
सर मैडम है डॉक्टर कमला पाठक मैडम। आशावाद सर laureate principal laureate college of pharmacy and is our vice chancellor प्रोफेसर और के गुप्ता सर। तो सर वैलिडिटी स्टार्ट करें।
सर वेट सर
कर लो।
गुप्ता सर आ रहे हैं सर।
गुप्ता सर और आर्य सर 2 मिनट कर लेते हैं। सर आ गए।
हेलो गुप्ता सर।
सर नमस्कार।
Namaskar, sir.
नमस्कार। सर नमस्कार।
सर गेस्ट आ गए हैं सर। प्रोफेसर आशावाद सर और ये कमला पाठक मैडम है डीन फैकल्टी ऑफ फार्मेसी उत्तर प्रदेश मेडिकल यूनिवर्सिटी सफाई। आज के एमिनेंट स्पीकर थे। बस बीसी सर आ जाए सो वी विल स्टार्ट।
कौन रहते हैं?
बीसी सर थोड़ा बात कोई फोन आ गया है।
अच्छा।
ज्वाइन तो कर लिया उन्होंने। मैडम सर हमारे प्रोजेक्ट डायरेक्टर हैं श्री सुरेश गुप्ता जी, हार्ट बीट ऑफ द महाराजा अग्रसेन यूनिवर्सिटी। सर की गाइडेंस है जो हम सारा कुछ देख रहे हैं और बीसी सर भी हमारे पीछे खड़े रहते हैं हमेशा। बस इनकी वजह से सारा कर पा रहे हैं मैडम। जी सर आशीर्वाद बड़ों का चाहिए तभी तो आगे बढ़ पाते हैं छोटे, अदरवाइज कैन स्टार्ट बीसी सर।
आगे गुप्ता जी नमस्कार।
नमस्कार जी, नमस्कार।
मोना मैडम,
जो लैपटॉप को
Should I start, sir?
हाँ, यस।
yeah, start.
Okay. Now it's time for valedictory. A very good afternoon and warm welcome to all of you on behalf of Maharaja Agar Singh University. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Maharaja Agar Singh University, Professor R.P. Gupta, sir, Project Director, respected Shri Suresh Gupta, sir, Guest of the honor of the event, Professor M.S. Ashawat, sir, Principal, Laureate Institute of Pharmacy, Jwalaji, Himachal Pradesh, Worthy Director, Maharaja Agar Singh School of Pharmacy and convener of the program, Professor Yogendra Singh, sir, Organizing Secretaries, Professor Amit Agarwal, sir, and Mr. Pankaj Bhateja, my worthy colleagues, learned professors from different universities, states and colleges, research scholars, and dear participants. I, Dr. Mona Piplani, Associate Professor, Maharaja Agar Singh School of Pharmacy and co-convener of the program, heartily welcome you all on the last day of EFDP as well as valedictory function. It's a proud privilege that we have Professor M.S. Ashawat, sir, Principal at Laureate Institute of Pharmacy, Jwalaji, Himachal Pradesh, as guest of honor for today's event. Sir, I heartily welcome you on behalf of Maharaja Agar Singh University. We are honored to have such dynamic personality among us. Thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation.
Thank you.
Now, I would like to invite our director, Professor Yogendra Singh, sir, to welcome our guest of honor, Professor M.S. Ashawat, sir, and dignitaries present here. Sir, you are the source of motivation and support for us. Without your motivation, we couldn't organize such program. Please, sir.
थैंक यू मोना मैम। ये तो सभी टीम वर्क है जो मेरे पीछे खड़े हैं, एंड आशीर्वाद है बीसी सरकार, गुप्ता सर का, जो हमने इतना अच्छा प्रोग्राम किया है. वंस अगेन वेलकम ऑल ऑफ यू टू द valedictory session of 6 days EFDP. Good afternoon, BC sir, Suresh Gupta sir, our project director. Good afternoon, respected MS Ashawat sir, is the principal laureate Institute of Pharmacy, Jwalaji. Kamla Pathak madam, Dean Faculty of Pharmacy, Uttar Pradesh University of Medical Sciences, FI, Etawah. And she was our eminent speaker of day 6 program. She has given a very good, beautiful lecture for today. She motivated us for a lot. And as we all have seen previous 5 lectures also, started from Professor B. Suresh, the one known, the famous personality and the one man in the pharmacy, our PCI president and pro-chancellor of the JSS Academy, that is deemed university in the Mysore. So she has started a wonderful inaugural session, and the series was continued. After Jaivalan sir came, she has also motivated us. Then Salahuddin sir came, he also motivated us a lot. Then Balla sir, Vijay Balla sir, he has given a very good few clips also he has shown regarding the virtual industrial tools also, and he has shown that how to overcome this pandemic in this time. And after that Kamla Pathak madam came, he has given also a wonderful session. So I think all the sessions were very beautiful, and I have this all sessions I have shared on the YouTube as well as on Facebook page, and moreover I have given all the links for this. So I think the all peoples who are attending here, they have not listened at all the complete session. Though I urge all of you, please listen all this session again and again. So this is very very good for you only, because these sessions are very important, and we have such these all topics we have selected from various topics. We have selected previously around 20 topics. Then we sorted these 5 to 6 topics only. So these are very important for the current scenario, and we don't know how much this pandemic season will be continue. As today or morning also we have seen that the Delta plus that variant has been entered in the Rajasthan also. One person ladies came that we don't know sir what to do. कि क्या हो सकता है, कुछ पता नहीं. दिल्ली में भी आ गया था, राजस्थान में भी आ गया, तो हरियाणा में तो आएगा ही, डेफिनेट है. तो डेल्टा प्लस हैज कम So be safe and again I welcome you all. अभी मेरी गेस्ट लिस्ट में बहुत सारे अटेंडीज हैं, मेरे बहुत सारे साथी हैं जिन्होंने ज्वाइन किया हुआ है, यहाँ से भी, बाहर से भी, पुणे, महाराष्ट्र, even Karnataka also, even Tamil Nadu also. So many friends are there. They have joined us and I thank you all of you कि आपने ज्वाइन किया और I think you will get a good very information and you will get a much knowledge from this session. And Mona madam, I don't take much time. You can continue.
Thank you, sir, for your kind words. It's a matter of great honor for us that we organized 1 week EFDP that was started on 21st June 2021 on the theme Use of ICT in Blended Mode of Pharmacy Education. So here is the report of EFDP. On the first day of inauguration, after getting blessings from Ma Saraswati, welcome address was delivered by our director, Maharaja Agarsen School of Pharmacy, Professor Yogendra Singh sir, followed by opening remarks from Honorable Chancellor, Maharaja Agarsen University, Dr. Nand Kishore Garg sir. After that, inaugural remarks were addressed by Honorable Vice Chancellor, Maharaja Agarsen University, Professor R.K. Gupta sir, and Project Director, respected Shri Suresh Gupta sir. On the occasion of inauguration ceremony, Professor Dr. B. Suresh sir, President, Pharmacy Council of India, and Pro-Chancellor, GSS Academy of Higher Education and Research, was present as the chief guest. He successfully delivered his inaugural speech and keynote address. Then one by one, all the eminent speakers of EFDP program were invited for introductory speech. On the second day, Professor Dr. G. Balan sir, Principal, Alwar Pharmacy College, Alwar, successfully delivered his talk on the topic Use of ICT in Online Blended Mode of Pharmacy Education and Overview. He told in his talk that how we can use technology to make our lecture more effective and knowledgeable. On the third day of EFDP, Professor Dr. M.D. Salahuddin sir, Principal, Farooqia College of Pharmacy, Mysuru, delivered his lecture on the topic Envisioning E-Technology Potential, Hacking the Brain Future Smart Pharmacists. He told in his talk that knowledge is not just about education. It involves our all-round education and development. Students with enhanced skills like good personality, creative presentation skills, team building skills, etc. are more preferred for placement. On the fourth day of EFDP, Professor Dr. Vijay Bhalla sir, Principal, SGT College of Pharmacy, SGT University, Gurugram, successfully delivered his talk on the topic Theories Supporting Blended Learning. In his talk, he explained that how we can use different technologies or applications or softwares to run our practical classes smoothly in online mode too, and advise teachers to focus on different pedagogical tools and platforms. Professor Dr. G.G. Gupta sir, Professor cum Principal, ISF College of Pharmacy, Moga, on the fifth day of EFDP, delivered very informative talk on the topic Digital Learning in Higher Education, Challenges and Opportunities. The way he delivered the lecture was very simple and was blend of both Hindi and English language, so that each and every person could understand easily. In his lecture, he told that each and every teacher must tune with the technology to meet the requirement of current scenario. He gave emphasis on the 3C concept, confidence and commitment, and 3T such as time, temperament and technology in his talk. On the sixth day of EFDP, Professor Kamla Pathak ma'am, Dean and Professor, Faculty of Pharmacy, Uttar Pradesh University of Medical Sciences, Etawah, delivered her talk on the topic Education, Objectives and Learning Outcomes. What has changed in the COVID-19? In her talk, she explained about learning objectives and learning outcomes. This was all about summary of 6 days of EFDP. Now, I would like to invite our guest of honor, Professor M.S. Ashawat sir, to enlighten us with his motivational words on the occasion of this closing ceremony of E-Faculty Development Program. Please, sir.
Thank you, Mona ma'am. Thanks a lot. A warm good afternoon to each one present over here. Confidence and enthusiasm of teacher are the greatest professional producer in any kind of pandemic. And we, the community, have proved it in this time period. So first of all, I would like to express my sincere gratitude for having me as a guest of honor in this valedictory ceremony of this 1 week E-Faculty Development Program, organized at Maharaja Agrasen University, School of Pharmacy. So with the theme of contemporary need of ours, that is use of ICT in blended mode of pharmacy education. Most appreciable. सौभाग्य तब होता है जब अवसर नियोजन से मिलता है, प्लानिंग से मिलता है. So good fortune is what happen when opportunity meet with the planning. So my heartiest congratulations to all those masters of this event. Goose of University, our R.K. Gupta sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor sir, and Suresh Gupta sir, Project Director of this university. As a convener of this program, Dr. Yogendra Singh sir, Director Maharaja Agrasen University, School of Pharmacy. Co-convener Dr. Mona ji, Organizing Secretary Professor Bhatija, Professor Dr. Amit Agrawal ji, who designed this FDP as a central role as a need of hour in this pandemic situation. आपने सुना होगा कुछ लोग हैं जो सपनों की दुनिया में रहते हैं, और हम कहते हैं कुछ लोग हैं जो सपनों की दुनिया में रहते हैं, और कुछ ऐसे भी हैं जो वास्तविकता का सामना करते हैं. बहुत कम लोगों को ऐसा मौका मिलता है. ईश्वर ऐसे गिने चुने लोगों को इस पूरी धरातल पर ईश्वर भेजता है, उनको देश की सेवा करने के लिए, समाज की सेवा करने के लिए. और फिर ऐसे लोग भी होते हैं जो एक को दूसरे में बदलने की कोशिश करते हैं, और वो आप और हम टीचर होते हैं. सो दीज आर द सेम एज बीन रिनाउंड ट्रेनर ऑफ दिस एफडीपी. ये वही ट्रेनर्स हैं, ये वही टीचर्स हैं जिन्होंने आपको और हमको पढ़ाया है, और आज इस पूरी सोसाइटी को ये अपना कंट्रीब्यूशन दे रहे हैं इस टाइम पीरियड में. So by efforts of the eminent and renowned academician of the pharmacy profession in this country, today's speaker, my teacher, Pathak ma'am, to run this FDP religiously, ethically, in a dazzling manner. So I'm very much delighted to be over here in this academic program. Such FDP programs are always helpful for participants for technology enhancement and with learning environment for thinking skill, and certainly it will be helpful for transforming all the teachers' knowledge and ultimately to enhance students' engagement in learning, and this is our motive. So the time is what we want, but use the worst. I hope this FDP, all our gems are certainly benefited, and albeit it's indirectly will impact the teacher and student interaction also. ये सब आप लोग ICT के अंदर पढ़ चुके. IT का काफी बूम रहा, हम अनअवेयर थे, हमने इसको कभी इतना पास से नहीं देखा. IT हम सुनते थे, लेकिन अब ICT आया है, राइट? तो इस ICT के माध्यम से हम अपने आप को कितना फ्लोरिश कर सकते हैं. और इस पेंडेमिक सिचुएशन में जो टीचर्स ने, इट्स मीन्स वी कैन से रिवोल्यूशनरी चेंज इन द एकेडमिया. Such ICT means provide the more flexible teaching and learning environment to the students. And we were in a scared environment before last year. इसी time period में जब ऐसा हुआ तो हम सभी लोग scared थे. But after I think this 9 or 10 month tenure of this pandemic, we can say situation, 90% teachers are now updated with the technology. So I hope after attending this FDP, the participants will certainly prove themselves more and more amenable for the self and provide the constant opportunity for the student also through experimental pedagogy with effective use of educational technology also. And I hope a prepared brigade of our teacher will cater the student to learn about the opportunity and challenges from the current scenario. And before submitting to the age, I would like to say every ending is a new beginning. And today we must know it at this time. So let's begin blending teaching after learning from this FDP. And I hope all participants will again practice and practice whatever means you learn in last 5 or 6 days. You will definitely cater the student, right? So again, from core of from my core appreciation to the organizer and all dearest participants for hearing me out with my side from your soul and with patience fully. I'm really very much thankful to management, university management, and academic team, faculty members of the Agrosen School of Pharmacy who organized this event very successfully and ethically. So thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Yogendra sir, Mona madam, Gupta sir.
Thank you, sir, for your kind and motivational words. Now, I would like to invite our Honorable Vice Chancellor of Maharaja Agha Singh University, Professor R.K. Gupta, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, audible.
I would like to invite our Honorable Vice Chancellor of Maharaja Agha Singh University, Professor R.K. Gupta, sir, to give his blessings to all of us. Sir has always guided us and has given us his support whenever we required. Please, sir.
Now, good evening to everybody. Guest of honors of the today's function, validatory function, Dr. Mahinder Singh Ehlawat, Principal, Laureate College of Pharmacy, Zoology, and our today's eminent speaker, Dr. Kamla Pathak, Dean, Faculty of Pharmacy, Uttar Pradesh University, and Shri Suresh Kumarji, our project in charge, our director of the institute, all the faculty members and dear participants. First of all, I congratulate the School of Pharmacy and his whole team for conducting a one-week faculty development program on use of ICT in blended mode of pharmacy education, which was started on 21st of June and it is today ending. The objective of this faculty development program was to introduce the participants to the world of information and communication technology in the current pandemics time and given an insight into how and where it can be used. As Dr. Ehlawat has told clearly, that it is the 5 days program which is given to the faculties. It should be continuously practiced. Because generally what happens, we attend the FDP program, again we continue with the routine activities and we forget what is taught during the 6 days. So there is a need of continuous practice of the experts' lecture which was delivered to them. So this FDP I hope, must be proved to be an eye-opening extension for beginning and for middle and level faculty, and also aimed at imparting the skills required to handle different tools and technologies that are useful during the entire process of communications. As has been told that around 500 participants attended this FDP program. I hope these participants, those who have attended this FDP program, they must have learned during these 6 days, that is how to define the perspective of effective teaching, how to facilitate understanding of teaching pedagogy and effective implementation of every aspect of pedagogy, how to enable self-introspective assessment of effectiveness in teaching, how to familiarize with the development and communication and technology and like others things. So I once again congratulate the whole department of School of Pharmacy for organizing this FDP. I hope it is a beginning, it is not an end. This type of FDP program will continue in the times to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for your kind words. Now, I would like to invite our resource person, Professor Kamla Pathak ma'am, to say a few words on the occasion of valedictory. Please, ma'am.
So I have spoken a lot, but chalo, I'll again speak. Warm regards to the Vice Chancellor, sir, and I forgot his name, Director Research, and
Project director, madam.
Project director.
Okay, project director, and of course, Mr. Lavaji, he is now a principal of Laureate College, but earlier he used to be my student. I'm proud to see him here, and Dr. Yogendra and Dr. Mona and all the rest of the participants. It was indeed a pleasure to be on this platform, and you know, while vote of thanks was being presented, it was a very interesting situation where I was asked a question also. That was the most interesting element, but he was talking about the third wave. And see, I would like to say a word of note on this, because I'm working in a medical university where we have a tertiary COVID hospital also. So currently the situation is very much under the control. There are just 2 patients here out of 340 beds. So please don't panic. That is my first message, right? And the government is fully geared up for the third wave. And let's not talk about the third wave panic. Let's talk about what we should do. And we should not I think it should not be an official statement from us on this matter. That is my one request, to please don't use this platform for talking about the third and fourth wave. We should talk about teaching and the FDPs. That is more appropriate. And what we have to understand is that we are in a COVID era, and I have seen very closely what has happened in the first wave and second wave, because the hospital is attached very closely to us, and I attended the meetings on Corona also. So the doctors are working very hard, so we need not panic about that situation. As a teachers, what we have to do is that we have to put our best. We have to upgrade ourselves, learn better tools of technology, and try to give as much as genuine education to the students. That is my message. And as Dr. Yogendra was talking, that we need softwares. And why do we need softwares? Because we want a sustainability. Whenever we talk of any new thing, it should not be for a temporary band-aid approach. कि आज COVID है तो आज हमें ये चाहिए. It is not like that. It should be a sustainable approach. What we can do with it for years together. क्योंकि you never know when the world will be under such pandemic in the future. So we should have a sustainable approach, and we should develop an education model keeping in mind. I don't say that that this pandemic will come again, but we should keep it in mind, and we should develop sustainable models of education also. Like I have heard Singapore and Malaysia, these countries have developed a sustainable education model for teaching and evaluation for at least 5 years from today onwards. But we never think in those terms. We are always thinking in band-aid approach. कि आज ये situation, आज इसको handle कर लो, कल दूसरी आएगी तो कल दूसरे को handle कर लेंगे. So when we know that this has happened, so we should be prepared, and we should develop a sustainable model of hybrid blended mode of learning. That is my message. And I think we should all think, I think you all will agree with this, what I'm telling. Sustainability is the key word now, because what we have learned, we should learn a lesson actually what has happened from in this situation. So that is my message, and I wish we all work together to develop a sustainable model of education so that everybody is benefited, both the students as well as the teachers and education as such of the country. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for your kind word. कोविड के इस टाइम पे कुछ मोटिवेशनल लाइंस हैं आनंद परम जी की, वो मुझे याद आ रही हैं, जो हमें अडॉप्ट करनी चाहिए इन द टर्म्स ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी. वी कैन से कोशिश कर हल निकलेगा, आज नहीं तो कल निकलेगा. कोशिश कर हल निकलेगा, अर्जुन के तीर सा सद मरुस्थल से भी जल निकलेगा. मेहनत कर, पौधों को पानी दे, बंजर जमीन से भी फल निकलेगा. जिंदा रख दिलों में उम्मीद को, गरल के समुंदर से भी गंगा जल निकलेगा. कोशिशें जारी रख कुछ कर गुजरने की, जो है आज थमा थमा सा चल निकलेगा. कोशिश कर हल निकलेगा, कोशिश कर हल निकलेगा. Now I would like to request heartbeat of our university project director, respected Shri Suresh Gupta sir, to give vote of thanks to our guest of honor, Professor M.S. Ashawat sir, all our eminent speakers, other dignitaries present here, and our dear participants. Sir, without your blessings and support, we couldn't organize such program. Please, sir.
महाराजा अग्रसेन यूनिवर्सिटी के वाइस चांसलर आदरणीय गुप्ता जी, जिन्होंने ये एफडीपी करवाने के लिए काफी मेहनत की। सुबह के 4 बजे भी कुछ इनको याद आ जाता था तो वो भी नोट करके और सुबह फिर उसके ऊपर डिस्कस करके और आगे डायरेक्शन देते थे। ऐसे हमारे आर के गुप्ता जी का हम हृदय से आभार व्यक्त करते हैं कि उन्होंने पूरा टाइम साइड बाय साइड, हमारी बहुत सारी कॉन्फ्रेंसेस वगैरह और भी चलती रही है, लेकिन योगेंद्र सिंह को पूरा सपोर्ट वीसी साहब की तरफ से मिलता रहा है। हमारे आज की जो डीन है अपने सैफई यूनिवर्सिटी जो यूपी की ने राम गोपाल और अपने यादव जितने भी यादव हैं सारे वहीं के पैदा हुए हैं। ऐसी जमीन के से जुड़ी हुई कमला पाठक जी, आपने बहुत बढ़िया, आपने अभी हमने तो 2 मिनट का आपका सुना है और मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि आपने जब अभी थोड़ी सी देर में इतना बढ़िया अपना इनपुट दिया है तो पीछे जो आपने फुल आपका सेशन रहा होगा तो बहुत ही शानदार, बहुत ही जानदार रहा होगा। ऐसी कमला पाठक जी का भी हम महाराजा अग्रसेन यूनिवर्सिटी की वजह से हृदय से आभार व्यक्त करते हैं कि उन्होंने हमारे फैकल्टी के लोगों को सबको अपना आशीर्वाद दिया। हमारे छोटे भाई महेंद्र सिंह आशावत जी, ये समय समय पर हमारे फार्मेसी कॉलेज की तरफ अपना ध्यान रखते रहते हैं, अपनी गाइडेंस प्रोवाइड करते रहते हैं और आज भी इस मौके पर वो आए, बहुत अच्छा उन्होंने भी अपना इनपुट दिया। हम आशावत जी का भी हृदय से आभार व्यक्त करते हैं, उनका भी धन्यवाद देते हैं उनको भी, और रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं कमला पाठक जी से भी, आशावत जी से भी, हमारे यूनिवर्सिटी को आप अपना ही इंस्टीट्यूशन समझें और इसके साथ जुड़े रहिए और हमारे इनको फैकल्टी के लोगों को, इनको सबको अपना आशीर्वाद देते रहें। ऐसे हमारे अब आ गई बात हमारे योगेंद्र सिंह की, जो डायरेक्टर हैं हमारे, इनका हृदय से आभारी हैं क्योंकि राजस्थान की धरती से अभी बोल रहे हैं ये, और आपको मालूम होगा राजस्थान की धरती से ही ब्लैक फंगस, व्हाइट फंगस, येलो फंगस और न जाने कौन कौन से फंगस, और मुझे लग रहा है कि सारे साइंटिस्ट वहीं पर पैदा हुए हैं राजस्थान में। ये पंकज भटेजा भी वहीं राजस्थान में बैठे हुए हैं, इसलिए ये सलाह करके आगे आने वाले उसके बारे में हमको अलर्ट कर रहे हैं, लेकिन खुद खुश हैं ये, इनको कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ रहा, राजस्थानियों को फर्क भी नहीं पड़ रहा, तो इसलिए कोई डरने डराने का सवाल ही नहीं पैदा होता। और हम हिंदुस्तान के लोग डरते नहीं है, जब बिल्कुल ही भगवान बुला लेगा तो ही डर लगेगा, अदरवाइज डर नहीं लगता कुछ भी। तो ऐसे हमारे योगेंद्र जी, अमित अग्रवाल जी, मोना जी, पंकज भटेजा, हमारे अजय रहेजा दिन रात एक किया हुआ उन्होंने पूरे इस पेंडेमिक के दौर में, और कोई भी एकेडमिक की कोई एक्टिविटी कोई हमारी ऐसी नहीं हुई जिसके अंदर कहीं कोई दिक्कत आई हो, टेक्निकल कोई प्रॉब्लम आई हो। ऐसे अजय रहेजा जी को भी हम बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देना चाहते हैं इस मौके के ऊपर। जितने भी हमारे पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं आज के, हमारे फैकल्टी, बाहर के गेस्ट और हमारे एमिनेंट, बी सुरेश जी का अगर नाम ना लें तो बड़ी अजीब सी बात रहेगी। फार्मेसी के वो स्तंभ हैं हिंदुस्तान में और नॉलेज की खान है। इतना बढ़िया उनका लेक्चर रहा था, पूरा हमने सुना उस दिन, उनका बहुत ही कमांड, बिल्कुल जैसे कहते हैं ना फार्मेसी का पूरा अगर सिंगल वर्ड लेना हो तो बी सुरेश ले दो, उसी के अंदर हम सब के सब समाहित हैं। ऐसे बी सुरेश जी का महाराजा अग्रसेन परिवार की ओर से हृदय से आभार। हमारे और भी जितने साथी, छोटे बड़े, हमारे फैकल्टी के लोग, सभी ने बहुत कुछ सीखा होगा थैंक यू। जय हिंद, जय भारत।
Thank you, sir, for your blessings and kind words. Now, at the end of this session, it's a time for me to provide the vote of thanks to all of you. I am very thankful to Honorable Chancellor Dr. Nand Kishore Dal, sir, who always motivates us for such endeavors. I express my gratitude to Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. R.K. Gupta, sir, who always supports us to organize such events. I express my gratitude to Project Director, respected Shri Suresh Gupta, sir, for his blessings and supports. I am very thankful to Dr. Yogendra Singh, sir, Director and Convener of the program, as the program could be possible under your supervision. A special thanks to organizing secretaries, Professor Amit Agrawal ji and Mr. Pankaj Bhateja, and entire team of Maharaja Agarsen School of Pharmacy, especially Deepika Datta Madam, Rishu Yadav, Navjot Singh Sethi, Arvind Kumar, Monica Rana, and all who contributed a lot in the organization of this program. A special thanks to Mr. Ajay Raheja, sir. Without his technical support, it was not easy to organize this program on this platform. Last but not the least, I express a deep sense of gratitude for our learned professors and participants who have enthusiastically participated in this program. Thank you very much. Thanks to all. So I would like to request our director, Professor Yogendra Singh, sir, to say a few words at the end of this session.
Few words. थैंक यू मोना मैम। मेरी सभी से बस एक ही रिक्वेस्ट है कि जो भी हमने 6 दिन में सीखा है, जस्ट प्लीज डोंट फॉरगेट इट, टेक इट इज सीरियस, क्योंकि अभी इफ वी आर नॉट फॉलोइंग दिस वी विल बी लेफ्ट बिहाइंड। डेफिनेट है कि ऑल ऑफ यू आर टीचर्स, स्टूडेंट्स आर नॉट देयर, कि मैडम ने कुछ कहा था कि वी हैव टू यूज सम हार्श वर्ड्स, तो डेफिनेटली हार्श वर्ड्स यूज करने पड़ेंगे। वी हैव टू टेक हार्श डिसीजन आल्सो। इफ वी आर नॉट टेकिंग दिस डिसीजंस तो हम आगे नहीं बढ़ पाएंगे। डेफिनेट वी विल बी लेफ्ट बिहाइंड इन दिस कॉम्पिटिटिव एरा। सो ये डेफिनेट है, आप जितने भी लेक्चर्स हैं प्लीज listen it again and again. If any questions are there, you know all eminent speakers personally, they are well known personality in their fields, and so you can ask them again, you can drop their mail to them, they will question you, they will answer every questions of yours. So please listen and please follow all the lectures carefully. Thank you all of you. Be patient for the 6 days, because I have seen so many people are there, those who have joined before us also, क्योंकि हमसे पहले ही सर कई देखा है मैंने, 2:15 पे ही ज्वाइन करके दे वर वेटिंग फॉर अस, कई और रेगुलरली। सो थैंक यू ऑल ऑफ यू, थैंक यू ऑल ऑफ माय फ्रेंड्स वी आर हु आर हियर इन द अटेंडीज लिस्ट, एंड थैंक यू माय ऑर्गेनाइजिंग कमिटी एंड बीसी सर। ये बीसी सर का ही आइडिया था कि EFDP हमको स्टार्ट करना चाहिए, और सारा कुछ बीसी सर की गाइडेंस में हुआ है। सर थैंक यू सर फॉर योर मोटिवेशन, without your motivation we cannot do anything. Thank you very much, and thank you Kamla madam, today you have come, and आशावत सर को जस्ट मैंने एक बार पूछा था कि सर प्लीज आपकी ब्लेसिंग्स की हमको जरूरत है, तो आशावत सर ने कुछ नहीं कहा, ओके आई विल बी देयर। थैंक यू आशावत सर कि आप एक बार यहाँ पधारे, एंड आई रिक्वेस्ट ऑल ऑफ द फैकल्टी प्लीज ऑन योर कैमरा सो दैट वी कैन टेक वन ग्रुप फोटोग्राफ। अजय सर आप भी प्लीज एक बार कैमरा ऑन कर लें।
साफ करे होगा कुछ है।
Okay, thank you all of you. We will have another FDP soon after the guidance of our VC sir, and let you know कि आगे FDP में हम क्या करें। कमला पाठक मैडम से भी हम रिक्वेस्ट करेंगे कि थोड़ा आगे बारे में बताएं कि इसको कैसे कंटिन्यू करें, कि आगे स्टेप क्या हो इससे आगे, क्योंकि इनिशिएशन तो हमने ले लिया है बट इसको आगे बढ़ाने के लिए आपकी बहुत जरूरत है। थैंक यू मैडम, थैंक यू VC सर, थैंक यू ऑल ऑफ यू।
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Thank you all. Dear participants, the e-certificates will be provided to you very soon
We will
by
mail
mail.
to you Okay, in your you have if somebody has not given their email ID, please drop your email ID in the WhatsApp group so that it can be reached to you directly. Okay, we will not send any feedback form to that. We have not connected this certificate with the feedback form, so we will mail you individually. Okay, so be sure that your mail ID should be correct. Thank you all of you for present here. We will meet again very soon.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you all.